Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the other side of the corner. Welcome to your latest Chelsea transfer news. There's so much happening. It's literally too difficult to do it all in one video. This is why we have to have multiple videos. And we had an earlier video today in regards to Alexander Isak. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen that, do watch that. That was literally a couple of hours ago. And since then, there's been many other news that's popped off. And in fact, there's even more news that's popping up because we've just got ourselves involved in so many different transactions, whether it's players coming in or players going out. There's just a lot of business that's happening. Look, players going out is definitely important, and we're going to touch base on that tomorrow early morning UK time. Right now, it's two players that are incoming in the likes of Jorrel Hato and Xavi Simons. Simons, I don't know how people are pronouncing it, or I say Xavi Simons. Let me know how you pronounce that. Now, what is happening? We've heard recently, well, in the past probably 24 to 48 hours from Fabrizio Romano that the here we go is just around the corner. It really is just around the corner for Hato and Simons, but it seems like it's taken a little bit of a twist. It might not be that imminent. I still believe it's going to happen, but there might be a little bit of, a bit of pulling and shoving and pushing and all that kind of shenanigans still going to happen. So, look, before we start things off with Jorrel Hato, which the latest is our opening bid has been rejected, we're going to start things off with Xavi Simons. Now, Xavi Simons, ladies and gentlemen, we know he's opened the doors for Chelsea Football Club. We know personal terms agreement is not an issue. That's going to happen. But there seems to be a bit of a problem with Leipzig. Leipzig, ladies and gentlemen, are adamant to get £60 million. Now, this is just, I feel, standard negotiation tactics. I don't think we need to worry about it too much. Obviously, Leipzig will have a set price that they want to stick to, but you come to the table. Let's negotiate. You can't just set a definite price and not even entertain some level of negotiation. And much like what we are doing with, Renato Viga, for instance, with Atletico Madrid, we'd said 35 million. We're absolutely stuck on that. And, Atletico Madrid at the moment, probably not completely entertaining. They're looking elsewhere, but maybe they might come back for Renato Viga. Similarly, for Xavi Simons, I feel like eventually we should land this. And I wanted to get this quite quickly so he's ready to come and join Chelsea Football Club ASAP and make sure he's part of the preseason, whatever little preseason that we have just prior to the season starting. I wanted him to join as soon as possible. We want to have everyone that we that are planned to be part of next season. I want them to be in the building ASAP and not really disrupt the situation too much when the season starts. So let's have a quick look at Red Bull Leipzig, ladies and gentlemen. What is the latest? A quick agreement for Simons to any club is currently not expected. So, look, this is coming from Build. Who's this source? Let's have a quick look. Bayern Munich. Okay, so it's one of those Bayern Munich pages via that page. Build basically is the source. We've seen this, that Chelsea definitely want to be quick and we want to make sure that no other clubs get involved. But there are other clubs lurking around for Xavi Simons' signature. Bayern Munich being one of them. Arsenal names getting thrown around, but I still don't think Arsenal are, outright favorites. But I definitely think Bayern Munich could be sniffing around here. So Leipzig feel no pressure and want their price tag of 60 million to be met. Simons' agent and employee of Ali Barat are at the training camp. Bayern still very interested, as you saw. So let's see. Ali Barat obviously is a huge factor for us. He's done quite a lot of deals for us. Simons, as we know, wants to join Chelsea Football Club, wants to come to the Premier League, and he's very excited about Chelsea's trajectory and the fact that we're world champions, and looks like we could do some things next season, some very, very important things. So 60 million, I did say that seems to be the standard price for quality players these days, 50 to 60 million. Chelsea feel that it's far less than Xavi Simons is far less than 60 million. Somewhere around, I think Chelsea are sort of looking at somewhere around less than 50 million at the moment. But I do feel something around 50 million pounds plus add-ons, maybe get it to about 55 million, should get the job done. Now, I don't know whether Leipzig's a little bit unhappy that they are also looking at potentially getting Chukwuemeka, and Chukwuemeka is hell-bent on going to Dortmund. Now, I'm not sure whether that's playing a little bit of a part here, but maybe the other factor is, ladies and gentlemen, is that we are focused on getting outgoings at the moment. Maybe we're just waiting a little bit until we get confirmation of a couple of outgoings, which we'll talk about tomorrow. One obviously being Renato Vega. Sterling's name's getting thrown around that he's potentially being looked at by Napoli. João Felix is being looked at by Benfica. So are we waiting for those players to maybe finalize the transaction, and then straight after that we're going to see this move forward? I'm not sure. Look, I still feel 60 million is not outrageous, but I feel like we will potentially get Simons for just less than 60 million. For me, I feel from here, if this still doesn't happen, it will be a bit of a shock for me, because we've come this far. Player wants to join us. It fits our playing style, the way we want to play under Enzo Maresca next season. Inside forwards, versatile player, can play multiple positions. Everything fits. So I will be a little bit shocked if it doesn't happen from here on in. So let's see what happens. But slight little bit of a roadblock with Leipzig. These German clubs, they don't make it easy, man. They really don't. Look at Dortmund. We want a complete sale of Chukwuemeka, but they are hell-bent on getting another loan, which we don't want. We want Chukwuemeka. He's not part of our future plans for Chelsea. We want him to be sold, but Dortmund playing tough. And on top of that, Chukwuemeka really wants Dortmund as well, which makes things far more complicated. So let's see what happens with Xavi Simons' situation with Leipzig over the next 24 to 48 hours. I think it'll be interesting. Now, Jorrel Hato. Ajax have rejected a bid from Chelsea for Hato and have sent a counter offer back to London, ESPN Netherlands. Now, I wonder what that counter offer back to London is. I mean, is there a certain price? Do you want a player with it? Because Ishe Samuel Smith's getting thrown around. His name is getting thrown around as well. And I've got no qualms about him potentially going there on loan. Or look, I'd like it to be a loan. If it's a sale, I'd rather we sell him to Strasbourg within our sister club model, multi-club model, the system that we have. I don't want to sell Ishe Samuel Smith to Ajax. I wouldn't mind a loan though. So I don't know what the counter offer is, but the bid has been rejected. Initial bid for Hato has been rejected. Once again, I'm not worried. This is just standard negotiation, tactics that happen. Initial bid, they don't like it. We try and fine tune it a little bit, and then we'll see what happens in the second bid or even in the third bid. But one thing, once again, is clear. Hato, ladies and gentlemen, wants to join Chelsea. He's made his desire very, very clear to the club, clear to his teammates and everyone. This is the news that's been circulating around, and he's not part of the squad. He's not part of Ajax's preseason squad. He doesn't want to be there. He wants to come and join Chelsea Football Club, and fantastic. Why not? Excuse me. So, look, once again, I'm not worried about this. It looked like things were moving very, very fast, and we were going to get a here we go imminently. But I think we're waiting on some outgoings. We really are waiting on some outgoings. So let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen, with Jorrel Hato. I still fully believe double Dutch is going to happen for Chelsea, and that would be sensational business to wrap things up after that. Look, I don't know whether we're going to go for a goalkeeper. I don't think so. It'll be majorly full focus on getting players out of the football club. And then after that, if there is some more opportunity, we shall see what happens. Garnacho's name still gets talked about highly, which makes me quite mad. Let's have a quick look if there is anything latest that has popped since we started doing this video. No, it's about Malo Gusto and whatnot. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's the latest in regards to Xavi Simons and Jorrel Hato. I'm still not worried. Once again, I'll be shocked if they don't happen. Hato, we're just going to fine-tune the latest bid, and hopefully that gets accepted. And with Xavi Simons, let's see if we can negotiate slightly better, a little less than that 60 million price tag that Leipzig are asking for. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Are you worried? Are you still excited? When do you think this is going to happen? Both of these Dutch players coming to Chelsea Football Club. Comment below, smash up the like button. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time, take care. See ya.